Do you wish you had a way to easily explain who you are, what you do, and the benefit of working with you? Today's video will teach you how to write a very simple introductory sentence for your personal brand statement. This is part of a series I'm doing, 5 videos that are talking about each of the individual components of the personal brand statement framework that I teach. Today we are talking about the first sentence, which is your intro. We want this to be simple and clear. We do not want to have any ambiguity or confusion. We don't want to make people work to understand what you do, who you are, who you help, and what the benefit is of working with you. As we've talked about before, you want to define yourself because if you don't, other people will define you. It is human nature to need to categorize things. You want to tell them who you are before they decide who you are. The purpose of your intro sentence is to give a very broad overview, a very clear picture of who you are, what you do, who you help, and what the benefit is of working with you. I have a word of caution for you here. Making up a catchy name for what you do is not going to help you at all. It's sort of a trick. We think we are creating something that will create intrigue and make people want to talk to us if we call ourselves a thought renovator or a systems wizard. It makes people have to work though. Their brain has to figure out what that really means. They're always going back to categorizing, right? So really it comes down to, how do you want your clients to feel talking to you? Do you want them to be in a state of confusion? Do you want them to feel sort of on their heels and not sure what you're saying and not being able to keep up with you because their brain is working to try to decipher something? Or do you want them to feel grounded with you? Do you want them to feel present and really engaged in what you're saying? If the goal is to connect with your clients, I would recommend doing whatever you can to help them feel calm and clear and safe. People need to know the clear answers to these questions, so don't give them more to worry about. If you are a nurse, say you're a nurse. If you're a coach, say you're a coach. Don't be afraid to use the standard words for what you do. You will explain more in depth what is special about the work that you do and why you care about it with the other sentences in this personal brand statement. So actually be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of those. The next 2 components of this simple intro sentence can be combined because often what you do is explained in terms of who you help. When you're talking about what you do, I want you to be sure to really focus on what you do that helps them. The things that you do in your business may not always be something that they need to know about or something that they're looking for. For example, as a coach, I listen really carefully and I ask questions that make people think more deeply and I challenge assumptions. But those aren't things that people are looking for. They're looking for something else, an outcome. What the person listening really wants to know is, how can you help me? So instead of saying, hi, I'm Annie Kipp, I ask deep questions, I say, I'm Annie Kipp, I'm a coach, and I help high achievers build businesses around themselves. This instantly lets them put me into a container that they can understand. I have a lot more to say about this, but first I want to hear from you. I would love for you to put in the comments your intro and let me give you some one-on-one feedback on it. This channel is growing, but it's still small enough that I can answer all of the comments myself. So if you'd like some one-on-one feedback on your intro, put it in the comments and I will get back to you right away. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to put those in there too. One of the most important parts of this one simple sentence, your intro sentence, is telling them the benefit of working with you. This closes the loop that you have opened by saying who you are, who you help, and what you do. Telling them the benefit grounds it into something that they can understand, that they might recognize as something that they need too. People need a picture painted for them about how they might be changed or how they might be transformed or what would be different after working with you. It's not enough to leave this open for them to draw their own conclusions. First of all, you don't want them making things up about your work. You want to be clear about what you do and the benefit that you offer. And second of all, it's brain work that you do not want to ask your ideal clients to be doing. You want to hand this to them. You want to serve it up on a silver platter to make it super easy for them. And here's a hint. If you are having trouble giving this benefit and articulating what it is that you do, it might be a problem with your offer. So you might want to go back and see what your offer looks like. What is the benefit of your offer? How are people changed or transformed after working with you? That is what we're going for here. When you have a really clear offer, this will come together really easily. So I want to give you some real examples here so that you can see what this sounds like. It's one simple sentence, but it does a lot of jobs. Do not be afraid to use standard titles and really specific language. You're not trying to appeal to everyone here. You're trying to appeal only to your ideal client. I'm going to give you 3 examples that I've just made up. I'm a nurse who teaches other nurses how to create a side business that allows them to get off their feet and off of the per diem hamster wheel forever. Can you see how this sentence clearly states in recognizable language what the person does and the thing that they do and who they do it for? If you're this person's ideal client, you can easily fit yourself into this scenario, and you can even fit yourself in if you're some other medical professional or a teacher maybe. We don't have to speak to everyone. People are able to insert themselves in where they see themselves fitting. The other thing that this sentence does really well is it shows them an aspirational outcome for the pain point that they might be experiencing. Another example for an accountant who specializes in finding wasteful spending in companies could say, I'm an accountant who goes into companies and finds the wasteful spending that can be cut out to make the business more profitable. My next example is for a lawyer, and this is actually based on a real client. She could say, I'm a lawyer who speaks publicly about my experience coming to the U.S. as an immigrant to inspire and support young women from underserved communities who want to excel and achieve their dreams. I hope these examples were helpful to you. To get an overview of how this all works together, go and watch the video I made called Personal Brand Statement 5 Simple Sentences, and you'll be able to see how this all comes together. In the next video, we are going to dive deep into the sentence that will instantly set you apart from your competition. So make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that one. Until that one comes out, I recommend that you watch Honor Your Truth and Trust Yourself, because that's what this is all about. We're getting to know what's true for us, and we're putting it into this personal brand statement that will resonate with your ideal clients. I'm Annie Kipp. Thank you for being here today. I would love to see your intro in the comments. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.